Hi, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the week beginning the 8th of June 2025. The energy around this reading is of the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles represents that part of yourself that is to do with your career and to do with creating. We've just had Saturn going into Aries, and obviously it goes into Aries at the degree of 0, which is the creation point in the horoscope. And of course, this is significant for Aries people. So it could be that you are spending more time thinking about what you truly want to do with your career and your work and your creation. And you may be working very hard at this because Saturn is about hard work. And yes, there may be little blocks that come up that you need to work around, but it is a time for the next 3 years of really working out what you want and throwing yourself into it. So let's have a look and see what else is coming up for you. Wow, look at all of this. This is the line of karma, and it is talking about your career and what you came to do, and it's talking about great success. This success could be around something you've studied or learnt. It could also be working around the home because this is working from home. Sometimes that indicates that you're going to be doing two things because you're doing something else as well. But it's an increase in income, and now's the time to really look at this. And again, this is possibly juggling situations, new opportunities, things that you may not totally be aware of yet, or how they're going to turn out. But they're saying hidden things will be revealed, and with these sort of cards, it's really indicating success. The emotional lesson is around making choice and listening to yourself. So if you try to do something or you're thinking, oh, I want to do this, but it doesn't feel right, it's about listening to yourself and going back to how you felt in the past around this. The 7 of Wands is about fighting wars within yourself, worry, doubt. And the 7 of Swords is things coming up from the past and you feeling a certain way. And so this is really, the Fool is about listening to your intuition and going like a child towards what feels right for you. Again, we had the Queen of Pentacles as the energy around this reading. You are being, again, it's being emphasized that you're stepping more into that energy of work and career and leadership. The Emperor is the card of Aries, and this is talking about you taking charge in the future and new beginnings. Death is endings and new beginnings, and this is where you start to get what you want. So it's about putting yourself first and making yourself happy to do with these new beginnings. Again, the 9 of Pentacles is about abundance and really being quite focused with the Emperor. And there is positive energy around large institutions and organisations. If you work within a corporation or something, this looks like there's a great victory for you in that area and possibly more money as well. But it's about asking yourself the question of what is it I truly want to do and how do I want to bring about victory into my life. And maybe you work in a corporate area and then you start something else as well. I know that's a lot of work, but if there's any sort of confusion in your thoughts, it's not about it's not to pull you off your path. It may be that things are not quite, it's not the right timing. Temperance a lot of the time is about timing. Aries being a fire sign, and Temperance being the card of Sagittarius. Aries and Sagittarius in particular have to learn when is the right time to act and not just to go jumping blindly into things. But the indication here is about one thing, bringing one thing into your life, bringing one choice into your life, rather than thinking of too many things. The 7 of Cups is about scattering your energy, thinking about everything and one thing one day, something else the next day, minute. And it's about making a decision and bringing it into now. And again, this is great victory to do with finances. You are being tested on your own truth and honesty and integrity to yourself, and this is about carrying a heavy load. But you've reaped the benefits. These are your cuttings that you've reaped, and you're on your way home now. There's also a little bit about love here. They are saying the karmic wheel of your life is turning to the chapter of commitment for some of you. And that is to do with commitment and thoughts of the future and what you're going to do. And this is someone who is well, he's coming up as water, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but someone who has emotional wisdom or emotional depth. So these are quite amazing cards, Aries. Good on you. You do have to watch out for, because it looks like you're really going to be pulling out all stops to do with your work. It's important to take care of your health as well, and not to just run on nervous energy. The Knight of Swords can be that sort of nervous energy, and that's indicated here. But so long as you look after yourself physically as well as mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you'll be fine. And when we make changes in our career or have changes put upon us, sometimes we have a bit of a wobble. Our self-esteem and self-confidence can become a bit skewiff and we can become stuck and not move ahead. This is a final ending for you. We've got judgment here, which is final tests, and it's your truth and honesty and integrity to yourself that matters, not what other people think. So it's really important that you trust in yourself. Fake it till you make it, as an Aries I knew many years ago used to say, and you will move ahead. Be careful of not doing too many things at once. Focus on what you're doing. If you're driving, focus on driving. If you're relaxing, focus on relaxing. If you're sleeping, sleep. If you're working, work. It's important to keep your focus and keep your mind on what you're doing. And this is talking about someone who has passed over, who's like could have been an older man in your life, or is represented by an older man, that sort of energy and wisdom, and asking them for help. Not all of you will have that, but that's just for some of you. And yes, these are short-term situations. They're indicating 3 years here, and there's sort of great success over 3 years, which corresponds with Saturn's time in Aries. You may be eventually, because you feel financially stable, be walking away from something, taking your knowledge and building something greater. I feel like these are really wonderful cards for you, Aries. Yeah, fear. The devil is fear in its negative form. And when fear comes up, we can become frozen and not go ahead with what we're planning. But this is really about you overcoming the fear and going into self-love. The lovers and the devil are, very similar in the way they're designed. But the lovers is allowing that flow from the subconscious, the higher self, to the subconscious self, to the conscious self. The devil is addiction. It's any form of fear, really. So they're just pointing out how we sabotage ourselves with fear and we stop ourselves from doing things. But you have so many great cards here around new beginnings to do with long-term career, and some of this is to do with groups of people and meetings and communication and coming together in this is respect for you. The Six of Pentacles is more money, but it's also respect for what you do and your work growing because of your reputation. And this is people loving you. So they're both reflected here. Virtually the same sort of energy in these 2 cards and these 2 cards. It is about following your passion. These are just amazing. Don't look at the negatives. Don't look at the past failures or the things that haven't worked out for you. and all the work that you've put in. Ask the cosmos for anything that's been taken from you to be sent back to you in tenfold. You know, if you lost money in a business venture, ask for that to come back in different ways, because it's about clearing these old negative thoughts or the focus on the negative and turning around and looking at the positive and really realizing that you have these skills and this knowledge that you can bring in for great victory. So there's great victory over any difficulties that you've been through. And ask your, this is the card of the spirit guides, the Queen of Swords. So they're saying, ask us for help and we'll put these opportunities in front of you. And it's about not doubting yourself. It's about believing in yourself. Meditation, connecting to your spirit guides in meditation. I know I'm always going on about meditation, but it's so important to have that ability to drop down into peace, to find that space between thoughts and that feeling of love and light and peace. So yeah, this is talking about spirit guides who are part of your soul group. So not ascended masters or your star family. This is members of your soul group who you may have known in this lifetime. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's, you know, not the lifetime to be with them, but they're actually saying, we are your soul group and we can connect with you in meditation. Yeah, grabbing that fire. The Queen of Wands is also, you know, very much an Aries card. And yes, you may still be learning new things as well along the way. And the Four of Pentacles is also about learning the skills that you need and having goals to do with this learning. But I mean, it's amazing how much you can learn. The Star is about, well, it's the card of Aquarius, and Aquarius is about new information, new technology. AI is new technology. I have only just started this YouTube channel, and so it's been a bit of a steep learning curve, but I've been asking various AI platforms technical questions, and it's incredible. You just get the information. It's all there at your fingertips, and it makes things very easy. Of course, AI has, you know, dark side. I wouldn't use it for creativity, because I feel like we have this creativity within us that we're meant to be expanding on and sharing. And the Lovers, of course, is about sharing your creativity and having faith in yourself to do with that. So yeah, you might be learning these new skills, but it's a lot easier these days than when you had to pour through a pile of dusty books to find the information. So balance is the key, and finding peace and contentment and happiness within the moment. Balance to do with all work, play, balance to do with time with children, time on your own, balance to do with connecting to your higher self, or meditational practice or spiritual practice, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. And you're coming to the, so these two cards together really mean that yes, we all have these emotions coming up for us to clear, but this is the final stage of it. And you're reaching for much greater peace and contentment and happiness in your life. So that's really positive. And really realizing your potential for love and partnership and long-term relationships for those of you who are not in a relationship or looking for love. And so yes, this is the possibility of love, but also they're saying, if you listen to your intuition, if you use it is a form of psychic ability, then you find peace, because you're not going, oh, it doesn't feel right, but maybe I should do it. You're saying, it doesn't feel right, it's not the right time, or it's not the right decision. And this gives you a much, much more peaceful and flowing path. So that's like the hidden secret, and that's the secret to your potential. So what wonderful cards. Aries, for your career. Really fantastic. And the possibility of love. This could be love too, with someone who is, there's possibility of a relationship with someone who's younger, but then also it can indicate someone who's youthful. Quite stable, but youthful. So now we'll just have a little look at these starseed oracle cards, because we have your spirit guides and meditation and your soul family coming up. Oh, this came up yesterday in a reading. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yes, you've come to earth to share your gifts and have the confidence, overcome the fear. Know that, be kind to yourself, be kind to the inner child, look after that little one, and realize that you have things to share that you may not value yourself as much as other people do. This is the Ask and It Is Giving cards, the Abraham Hicks cards about manifestation. First, I reach for joy and all else follows. That's also what I was talking about, listening to your intuition. What feels peaceful or joyous? What is exciting for you? But it doesn't have that element of, oh, I'm not sure. The thing that you go, yes, I really love that. Go for it. Now, these are the Dream Song Oracle. Let's see what message they've got for us. Fail, fail, fly. And I put them down here. This this card, the Four of Cups, is about, yes, you may have tried 3 times before. Doesn't mean that you're going to fail on the 4th time. This is divine intervention, an opportunity that's offered to you by your guides. So seize it with both hands. And the Earth Song Oracle, a card for the Earth. Well, we're all going through this at the moment. Butterfly. Transition, transformation, shifting. The times are changing. Emerge in all your glory. We're going through this metamorphosis, and the way forward is through your making it easier for yourself. So that's why I always talk about that, having that, being able to go into that pace. Sorry, I'm losing my words today. Going into that place of peace, that space of meditation, but also a way through is your creativity, because that's where there's no time. You just lose yourself in it. And this transition and transformation is happening. You are emerging as a different being, and there's great success here. So go for it, Aries. Wonderful, wonderful cards. And thank you for being here. I shall see you next week. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.